What's up guys, welcome back to our channel. This week we're super excited. We're gonna give you a tour of our chicken coop, kind of update you on how far along we are. It sounds like we're pregnant. Anyways, we're working on it for about 3 weekends in a row now.
Yeah.
3 or 4 weekends now. Somebody asked us in the last video how much we've spent.
Just constant going back to the store, getting little things here and there. So you got to put the receipts together and look at them. And it seems like we came out roughly around $1,200 so far. We haven't purchased the roof yet, or
the metal roof.
The metal
the
roof.
sheathing
Yeah.
up. But overall, yeah, about $1,200, which is actually really good. If you Google chicken coops for sale, especially one that'll fit 8 chickens, they're significantly more than $1,200.
Behind me is the chicken coop. We just got the roof on yesterday. Probably one of the sketchiest things we've ever done. As you can see, we've got 2 doors. This door right here on this side is actually going to end up being an interior door because we're going to build a workshop kind of in this area where the concrete is. And then the door over here will be a Dutch door that Michaela and I are going to build possibly later today. And that Dutch door will lead out into the chicken run, which will also go over the concrete, but we're going to put dirt and sand down so the chickens have something to scratch around and do their whatever it is the chickens do in there. On this side, I actually discovered after I got the lower 4x8 sheet of plywood in, that I could do it myself by putting the ladder kind of right at the eaves here and sloping it all the way down to the bottom. I could put the sheet of plywood up against the top and just kind of use it as a ramp and push the sheet up all the way. And once you get it up high enough, you can use the 2x4 to support it and prevent it from sliding all the way down. Once it's up there, you can slide it up into place. And of course, after you've pre-measured, you don't want to be doing any cutting up there. You want to pre-measure the distance between one plywood and the roof peak, because I've cut a couple things up there and it's super sketchy. You definitely don't want to be trying to cut stuff while you're on the roof. To start from the beginning, we started this similarly to how you would want to start a typical shed. You would typically want to have road base down or some sort of gravel or rock, and then these right here, these 4x4 pressure treated posts would just simply sit right on top of your leveled surface. Now I had a concrete pad already from where the garage used to be, so that's what I wanted to use as our foundation. However, come to find out, it is not level at all, so I had to shim these to get them off the ground at this end so that I could have a level structure. Now it's sitting on top of the 4x4 posts, and what are now hidden by the OSB wall sheathing are these. And these are actually 2x6 floor joists. There's one every 16 inches, I believe, and they run horizontally from one side of the structure all the way to the other. And this structure is 8 feet wide by 11 feet long. So this morning's project is going to be doing the other side, which you can see through this window here. The other side is going to be a little bit tricky because I don't have nearly as much room to work as the front side because the neighbor's fence is up. And there's only about 2 feet between the fence and our structure.
I'm just HDTV here following you.
There it is. Fits. Sometimes putting a few screws in ahead of time, like when this piece was laying on the ground, significantly easier to get this thing at least up there and held in place so that you can put the rest of your screws in. Getting screws started once you're already up here, sometimes that's very difficult to do.
Thanks for that handy tip, babe. Final roof piece is going up. And then we can finally start building our doors and put the window in. Super exciting. And there it goes.
The roof trusses actually came out as well as I was hoping they would. I was a little hesitant to build something kind of like that. It's a little bit structural. I've never done anything like that before. But I looked up online and I found a design that I wanted to use called the King Post Truss design. And this was the one that I decided to use, considering my roof was only going to be 11 feet long. It's not too big of a span. It's not overly complicated to design. This center post here that runs from here all the way up to the top, that's called the King Post. And then I just use standard roofing bracketing from Home Depot to connect all of the joists together. Here's the window we ended up going with. It's just a standard 3 foot by 3 foot window. I believe this one is from Home Depot. It's a horizontal sliding window, so this piece slides, and there's a screen to prevent bugs and other things from coming in. This window here is going to go right into this opening, and we have yet to dry fit it, so fingers crossed that it fits.
We just got the flashing in and the window. Behind the window we caulked it, and now Josh is screwing it in. We chose to do screws instead of nails. It's a little easier.
These are a Torx head screw. These are intended typically for cabinets. The nice thing about these screws is that they have a really nice flat tip on there, and that allows for really even distribution of pressure. You're less likely to crack stuff with something like this. Now, the problem with nails is that eventually, if a structure settles, the nails will pull themselves free.
This is currently the state of our driveway. It's a complete mess, but I just wanted to show you guys that at the end of our driveway, that's where our backyard starts, and we've got all this trash that we still need to get a dumpster for. That was from the shed that we tore down. Oh my gosh, there it goes! And once all this trash is gone, this is where we're gonna park our Airstream. We have about, I think, 36 feet between the end of the driveway and this tree, and our Airstream is 31 feet, so it'll fit just perfectly. And walking towards our chicken coop, this is going to be part of a larger structure, which is, we said earlier, this is gonna be where the double barn door is going to be. And when you walk in, you'll be able to get into the chicken coop from there. And the reason we did this is because we get snow here in Utah, and we wanted to be able to have like a mud room for those that have been in the snow. You know that you usually have really muddy feet, and you've got to be able to take off your shoes. And I don't know if we're gonna have like special chicken shoes or something for us to go in there. We definitely don't want to attract snow and mud, but that's what this little area is gonna be in the front. And also it's gonna be a space for Josh to be able to work on projects and do whatever he wants in his little man cave. But at the end of his little workshop will be another door, and that's gonna be the entrance to my greenhouse. I think it's gonna be about 8 feet wide, and it's gonna go to the edge of the chicken coop. So essentially this is gonna be a giant L of a structure, plus the chicken run behind the coop.
Laying on the floor is what will be the door that will go in the opening that will eventually be the interior wall. Now, we kind of have everything laid out kind of in disarray at the moment, but this door is going to consist of 2 boxes, more or less. The top box is built already. The bottom box only has this bottom board here in. These 2 side pieces have yet to be cut, and then there will be interior X's cut that will sit flush on the inside of this box. The Dutch door is going to be built very similarly to this door. However, what we're gonna do instead is that at this seam in between the two middle boards here, there will be a separation between the top half and the bottom half. And I'm thinking that we're gonna slightly offset these two boards from the seam that's cut in the birch plywood for the wall. That way the top door, when it closes, will overhang a little bit onto the lower door and create a seal.
I think these two know that this is gonna be their home in 2 or 3 days. They're very curious about it. Thanks you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
We got chickens running all over the place, so we gotta go get them.